All right, and welcome back to Football Talk. We are moving into week 3, so it's time to do our picks. Make sure you get them in before kickoff, before they lock up for the week. So we're starting off tonight with Cleveland. I think they get the job done at home. Pittsburgh, I mean, neither team honestly is very good. I think Brissett will do just enough, but they're going to rely heavily on the run game, and I think they'll be able to sneak past Pittsburgh. Um, then we move into our early games. I got New Orleans over Carolina. I haven't seen anything from Carolina that makes them look like they're going to win very many games this year. I got Houston getting beat up by Chicago. That's another game where neither team is super great, but the Bears are definitely better than the Texans. I got KC going on the road. I don't know what Indy is at this point. A lot of people had them much higher than I did going into the year, but I definitely had them better than they currently are. So I figure KC goes in and wins fairly easily. I got Buffalo going into Miami. Buffalo is the much better team. They may have the same record right now, but let's be honest, outside of a really good fourth quarter, Tua hasn't shown much to make me think that he's the guy. And Buffalo is such a well-rounded team. I think they cruise. I got Minnesota winning over Detroit. Minnesota's at home. It's a morning game or early game, depending on your time zone, I guess. And so we don't have to worry about primetime Cousins just absolutely being terrible. I figure they'll be able to roll past Detroit. I got Baltimore on the road beating New England. I have to assume that the letdown in the fourth quarter the other day was an aberration and not the way they're going to be moving forward. So I think Baltimore goes on the road and gets that win. Cincinnati, I think, also gets it done. They're playing the Jets. The Jets aren't very good. And despite the fact that that offensive line, even though they've spent $70 million dollars on it, has looked terrible in front of Burrow, I think they have enough weapons to get by the Jets. I have Vegas on the road beating Tennessee. Man, Tennessee really hasn't looked good either. They haven't done anything well on either side of the ball, really. So I figure Vegas finally gets a win. Philly also on the road. I think they can get past Washington. Philly has looked really good, both sides of the ball, special teams, and Washington at the end of the day is Washington. Got Jacksonville losing handily in in LA. I think the Chargers roll right past them. Even though Jacksonville looked really good against a Colts team that couldn't figure anything out, that does not feel like what they are normally going to be. I think the Jags still have a lot of things to figure out, and the Chargers are a playoff team. LA, I think, goes into Arizona and wins. Arizona hasn't looked very good the last the 2 weeks to start this season, and I think LA is a well-rounded enough team to get that win on the road. I do have a lot of road wins this week, so we'll see how that works out. I have Seattle winning at home. Atlanta is another bad team, so neither team is great, so it should be a good football game. I have Green Bay going into Tampa Bay. I think Green Bay can get this road win, especially with Mike Evans being out this game and various other problems with Tampa Bay currently. I think Green Bay can go steal a win on the road. San Francisco, I have beating Denver. The play selection and clock management for Denver has been really bad. I think it was a big misstep for Denver to have a new quarterback, new coaching staff, all new atmosphere, and then not play any of their starters. You're basically seeing all of these preseason things that typically get worked out continuity wise playing out now in the first few weeks. Denver will probably be decent down the road, but I don't know that this week is that week. And with Jimmy G in there, it's not like San Francisco takes a huge step back. Jimmy G can win games. Now, these are early games, so he's more likely to win. If it was playoff time, I'd probably pick this the other way. And then, of course, the Monday night game. I got Dallas going over the Giants. I'm not convinced Giants are anything really, and I could be wrong on this, but Dallas with Cooper Rush is probably still a better team than the Giants as it's currently constructed. So that's what I've got. Leave your comment below. Let me know which games you have different. And if you are playing along with us on the Pick'em poll, make sure you get them in before kickoff tonight.